All right, guys. Question number 3. I'm gonna bring my notepad out. I want to know what you guys really got to say about this. What is the best way to raise private money? Chris Jefferson, let's start with you.
Yeah, man. So I'm a big private capital person. I used to be a hard money junkie. All right, way back in the day, and it's crippling, right? And so I had to go out and raise a bunch of private money. I had to figure out how to do that, and I found a very kind of clean process. I started going to self-directed IRA conferences. All right, I just started popping up at self-directed IRA conferences. Why does somebody have money in a self-directed IRA account? Because they want to decide how they invest that money. So I started going to these conferences. Shout out to my folks over at Quest IRA. And I would start going to these conferences and having conversations with people that had capital that they wanted to actively place somewhere, educate them on why I'm an expert and why I fit the bill for what they are looking for, that I can get them a solid, strong return. And you can raise a lot of money that way by going to a place where people are looking to put their money somewhere. Weasel, you want some more? I can give you a little bit more.
Fell asleep.
I didn't know if I had time. I got some more in the bag if you need it. I got
it. We must have lost his audio.
Difficulties.
What Weasel, you got it? You there?
Test. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
We got you.
I got a little technical difficulties.
Sorry, he was voting for Steve. He got distracted there voting for Steve.
Listen, I've tried. It only allows you once per account.
He's got 9 votes.
All right, let's go to Steve Trang, actually. Second place winner from last round.
So I would say for me, it's just talking to people, right? Letting people know what you do and then just asking them, like, do you know anyone that'd be interested in investing in real estate, right? It's just letting people know what you do. The key thing here is not necessarily to pitch to them, hey, Leon, would you be interested in lending your money at 10%? It's, hey, Leon, do you know anyone that's particularly interested in investing in real estate, gets better returns than, parking at the bank or in the stock market, and having them say, well, what about me? Can I invest in you? Right. So I think just talking to people, letting people know what you do, asking who they know, and having them step was like, no, I want to be that guy.
All right. Eric Brewer, your thoughts?
So my advice would just come from my own personal experience. I would say you either become an expert or align yourself with an expert. It's kind of what Chris said, right? He couldn't go to these places and suggest that they should lend him money if he didn't earn the right to manage that money effectively. So become an expert. Then once you become or align yourself with an expert, get yourself to a visible place. I was able to do this by just doing a ton of social media. Steve and I did a presentation on this. We talked about it a ton. Then those people will gravitate towards you because they want to do what you do, but lack the ability to be able to do all the dynamic things that come along with finding a deal, fixing a deal, selling a deal, managing an appraisal, and all of that. So their entry to real estate investing is lending, not the other 17 things that have to be done in order for us to take a deal from start to finish. So become an expert, lead with value, teach people how to do what you do for free, and they'll come and want to invest in your projects.
Okay. And let's head on over to Leon Barnes to close us out on this one.
Like Eric, I'm going to give you my own personal experience of raising capital. Out of the gates, I just told every single person about our program. We actually developed a program. It sounds much better than I'm raising money. I developed a private money program for people that want to invest and get returns, high returns compared to what they typically would see in other things. So tell everyone is the first advice that I can get. And then as you tell everyone, you start to filter down to what is the best source for you. Like what CJ gave you is a great example. I spent 5 years at networking events every single week, and there were plenty of times that I did not want to go to those meetings. And on those days that I went is typically when I would meet someone that was interested in what we do. We are in a very sexy industry. People are interested in what we do, fix and flip. They love HGTV. Just tell people what you do and to give the success stories. If you're a fix and flipper and you're raising private money, show those success stories via social media and other channels, and people will flock to you to want to invest with you.
One of the big lessons I learned as far as private money was to stop saying no when they only have 20, 30,000. I used to do that. And that is money that could go towards a kitchen, a bathroom, whatever else, like the smaller parts. And I wish, like, one of my regrets in raising private capital is saying no to some of these people. Like, come back when you have 50,000, come back when you have 100,000.
30 turns into 100 really fast if you're delivering on everything that you said you would deliver on, because they will find other people to help invest. One other bit of advice I will give is find trades that deal with people's finances. Meaning, my best resource for finding private money was my CPA. My CPA understood my business, understood his other clients' businesses, and said, you should talk to Leon. He's delivering returns at X. You need to talk to him. And so I had someone introduce me to an individual that said, I'm currently investing with him as well. It edified me in my role.
Yeah, and people have to understand we're
Go ahead, Chris.
Go ahead, Eric. Go.
What would you say to the like?
I'm
so
just
I get
saying
it,
we're all kind of saying we got a lag on it. Go.
Some people would say, hey, if the person that invests 30 grand is going to want to know every single day what type of return and what's going on with the house, right? If you watch The Wolf of Wall Street, they say don't pitch or boiler room, right? And they would talk about, like, if the person that invests 30 grand is going to text you every day, the guy that invests 3 million just wants his check in the mailbox. I would just say, I don't know for certain, and I think there's some merit, although it be very little, to what you said about taking $20,000 or $30,000, because it requires the same, maybe more energy to manage that relationship than it does someone that invests $300,000 and might understand a little bit better about the volatility of any investment, whether it be real estate or the market. I'm not saying I know the answer to that, just a challenge back to you to what you said.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a very valid point, right? I think the other thing too, though, right? You got to make sure you set the proper expectations, right? Like, hey, here's how it works. But also, right, like, looking back, like, those are, who knows how many referrals I might have missed out on, right? Doing a good job for someone at 30,000, they might tell their other friends that have access to more capital, right? So, just
I feel like everybody that has 30 grand hangs out with other people that have 30 grand.
Could be.
Good points. All right. So
can I jump in on that real quick?
You make one last point. Yeah.
All right. So look, very simple, right? You go to an IRA conference. Let's say there's 500 people in the building. All 500 people, other than you, all right, are literally there to figure out how to better manage their money themselves and figure out things they themselves can decide what they want to invest in. They already have financial knowledge. They already understand how interest works. They understand the risk calculation in terms of the investment. And like I think Leon said, they all think, just like all of America, they all think real estate's really sexy. If you walk in that room with a shirt and on the back of that shirt it says raising money for my real estate business, people are going to come up and have conversations with you. You're going to have opportunities to talk to people about raising capital, and you can walk away with a lot of money that's way cheaper than hard money. I can tell you that.
Did you just create a t-shirt?
No, but I've done exactly what I've said before, and I raised a lot of capital doing it. All right.
All right. Really quickly, before we go ahead and announce the winner, we have a comment from @Mr. Tim Ray. Apologies if that's wrong, but he says network. People are looking for alternatives to stocks and business investments. They want to put their money in real estate, but didn't know how. With that being said, Chris Jefferson took this question again. We have a 2-1 lead over Steve. Yet to get Leon and Eric on the board, but it's okay. They're coming.
I dedicate that round to RJ Bass the third, man.
That's good.